Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Today we are back on the Mon Ultimate. It has been a week. It is the next round of the TSRC Mon Ultimate series. 45 minutes of racing coming up. 2 times fuel usage, 2 times tyre. We're all used to the format for this series. But yes, we are looking to try and return to form after a difficult week last week. Oh gosh, I've missed a lot of frames there. But yeah, difficult week last week. At Monza in the rain. Hopefully this week will be a little bit easier. Hopefully you can return to form, as I said, and have looking for sort of another second place. Welcome back. Yeah, we're about to get into qualifying. I'm going to set 3 minutes or 3 laps. And we'll try and get 2 quali runs in. So we will. But yes, as usual, quite frantic starting the stream between driver briefing and start of qualifying here. Not a lot of time. Yeah, and I was also doing something, signing up for something that I'll talk about a little bit later, as, well, this might be the last week of the series that we run, depending on how today goes. I'd say depending, it's pretty set in stone at this point. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. In the meantime, we will head out for qualifying. Bahrain Grand Prix this week, a more normal circuit, more normal dry weather conditions. Not doing a lot of practice, so not feeling the most comfortable. But so we might not be running in second for the first part of the race, like we have been at Spa and Imola. Sort of thinking more back to Qatar, where we were running third or fourth for the first stint, and then when we made the pit strategy, that's what allowed us to jump to second, and of course end up finishing there. So might see something more similar to that this evening. Yeah, it feels like it's been a little while. It has been a week since the last stream, mostly as out at Silverstone Festival for the last week. That was good fun, so it was. Weather was very nice. A little bit chilly with the wind when you're sitting in some of the covered grandstands, but that's just usual Silverstone. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Got to do a parade lap on the Sunday. That was very fun, I must say. Being on a track that I've driven so many times virtually, to actually sort of, I wasn't driving as alongside my dad, who was driving, but just to be on the track in a car driving, even as a passenger, it was just really nice. As I said, for a track I've done so many laps on virtually, to actually be on it for real. Yeah, was very interesting. On to our first flying lap. Heading into T1, very big, difficult braking zone. Try and get turn 2 flat out, jumping over the curb a little bit. Didn't feel too badly there, but I'm sure there is a tenth or two that we can find next lap perhaps. Now up into turn 4, braking just before the 100 board. Get the car turned in, start taking a bit of a tighter line here. Using a little bit of curb on the exit. Gotta be careful of the crest, it can easily unsettle the car into the S's here. Not the easiest couple of corners. I feel like I could push that a little bit more. Now into turn 8. Now difficult braking, 9 and 10. Made obviously a bit easier with ABS. Not risk of locking a tyre. Ooh, rear wanted to slide around a little bit, trying to put the power down. And now turn 11. Turn 12, not flat out in the GT3 cars. Can maybe be a little bit more aggressive than that. 313 picked up the apex quite well. Try and get good traction on the exit. That didn't feel too bad. Doesn't feel like an amazing lap. Doesn't feel spectacular, but doesn't feel too bad either. Final corner now. Don't want to mess this up, as if we do, it'll ruin our next lap as well. That was pretty good. Again, alright, not perfect. But with the limited practice I have, I will take that for our first flying lap of this session. To minute 3.2, yeah, a lot of time to find. That's not a good time. So yeah, let's see if we can find some time into T1. Much deeper on the brakes. Pick the power up. I found a couple of tenths there. I turn 4. Braking at the 100 board. Wasn't really any better than last lap. Turned in a little too early there. Yeah, it's gone validate lap. Might as well just pull over, get new tyres, and go for another 2-lap stint. I didn't quite see how close we were on fuel, so I'll keep it as is. Won't get going straight away. We don't have a lot of time if we want to get 2 more flying laps in, and we do need them with how that first lap has gone. Temperatures are actually very warm, 40 degrees ambient, 45 degrees track temp. So we don't want to push the tyres too much on the side lap, but we also can't afford to take it too slowly. Hitting an apex there would help, even if it is an out lap and we're going slowly, but we're wanting to take care of the tyres and not lose too much time, so apexes would be good in that regard. While strategy is going to be a good friend of ours, we can't afford to get buried too deep in the pack. We'll lose too much time, so we will. Yeah, just taking a little extra care with the tyres. Just try and give us that fraction more grip. Comes to our flying laps. We have 50 seconds to make it to line, which we should do quite easily. Just a corner to go. Get the bar down. Hopefully it is a good exit as we run up to the line and start our second flying lap now. Little bit better than how we started our first. That's always good. Now T1. Struggling a little bit for traction. Not getting the great exit out of T1, but we did find 2 and a bit tenths through that opening sector. Now, turn 4, I ran it too deep on the brakes. Cost us a good tenth. Through the S's, that wasn't too great either. Turning it, very similar to last attempt. About Turns 9 and 10. 10 was better, got the power down better. You can see the time we're gaining there from it. Turn 11 wasn't too bad. Try and push a little bit more through turn 12. Too tight of a line? Potentially too tight of a line through 13. We will get one more lap. Getting a little bit more speed through the final corner. Didn't quite get the same exit though. We will be a few tenths quicker, but will not be enough to put us up any places. Still sitting P9. We need to find quite a bit more time here. Half a tenth slower through the first 3 turns. Not a good start. Got to the apex much better. Can see finding a little bit of time. But we'll need to find more time than that if we want to make this a good lap. As some time found there. Better traction there out of turning it. That was horrible, horrible turn 10. I just got back onto the brakes and caused the car to understeer. Lost me half a second. As the better turn 13, swung the car in from a wider line, carried more apex speed, carried that all the way down to the final corner here. Carried more speed in, but less speed out. Not a good qualifying session. Oh, starting down in P9. Yeah, we're gonna need fuel saving strategy to save us here. Pace does not look good. Hi, Artie.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Yeah. If I did get a good lap together there, I would have been a few tenths quicker. I could have got myself up to P7, you know, 1 row further up. That would have been very, very useful. So it would have been... So this race, it's about 2 minutes a lap. I'll probably be 23 laps. So we'll need 10 laps. So we'll need what, like I want to say about 75%. So I'm just gonna bring it down. Yeah, pace does not seem to be on our side. We're gonna need to use strategy to try and jump our way up the field. Gonna be a tough race. Tough race, I think.
Formation lap has started.
This is the back row of the GT3 field. Some of the hypercars really slow getting away. Flip me. This start is just like, how can people, like, why are we suddenly breaking into turn? This start system can be such a mess at times. Waiting for the green. There it is. Spacing a little bit messy. Oh, come on, BMW, go. I should have braked later. Really committed to the move. Frame rate's struggling a little bit at the night time here. That's not how you get move done. How did the BMW just... The BMW ran into the back of me. Huh. I'm so confused as to what happened there. So unfortunately not in front of the BMW. Which would be nice, could be attacking the Mercedes. Just don't seem to have the low end acceleration. Maybe, yeah, maybe I need to turn TC down. BMW's going for a move on the Mercedes. BMW does have good acceleration. In fairness. Also, I have no tactic for the fuel save. I'm just making up as I go along, or sort of no references. Oh, Aston has jumped to the lead of the race. Oh, Aston's going for a spin. That's one free place. Mercedes not too happy about that dive, I don't think. Yeah, Aston was a little far back for it. Mercedes back to the front. Driver that has won every race so far this season. I think I want to try and get in front of the two Mercedes in front, if I can. Not sure where that Mercedes is going. Not sure where the other one went either, but we're now up to P6. Hopefully we can follow the BMW up to the cars in front a bit. They're quite close. They might be fighting a little bit, which would be good for us. If we're going to feel safe, continue to feel safe, need to make sure the car behind isn't too close to us. Because otherwise they're just going to send a dive bomb on us. Yeah, that's... If we qualified in this position, you know, we'd be much closer. We'd be a few seconds up the road. You know, by the end of the race, that could be the difference between second and fourth, let's say. Now the Mercedes is out in front. I think they're gonna break away. We know that Mercedes driver is very good at going quickly while still fuel saving. It's how they've won every race so far. That's too late on the brakes there. Bit of a cut there. Is game going to tell us off? Nope. Oh, Lexus in third, saying a new fastest lap of the race. But they have the least amount of energy. That's not good for them. Could have been a little tighter on that apex. But yeah, just want to find some consistency in our fuel usage, in our lap times, how we're driving. Because that'll allow us to set up the right pit strategy and be as efficient with it as possible. First to third are still reasonably close together. We can see third place is in fuel saving. So it looks like our sort of energy usage is 7.3, 7.35. We're looking currently at a 22 lap race, but close to 23 laps. I think, or 21 laps, but close to 22. Line. Also, it seems like the fuel ratio is really off again. That might be influenced by fuel saving, of course. I guess there is a bit of a question of, do we want to change tires? It's 5 seconds to change 2 tires. And there is tire warmers in this series, so, you know, you're not even losing those extra few seconds from cold tires. Mercedes behind us a little bit laggy. Hypercar traffic is now caught up to us. I feel like I want the top 3 to hold each other up a little bit more. I feel like I need to be a little bit closer to them. A third of the way into the race. Felt the car starting to over-rotate when I put the power down there. If we do 2 tires, they'll be left-hand sides. That was a couple of messy corners, not helped by the hypercar, of course. But still, could have been cleaner, could have been better. There are some people in front that are fuel saving. The BMW is. If the Lexus can start fighting with the BMW, slow both of them down, that could be good for us. I am fuel saving a lot more than the others. Too tight on the apex. I mean, because I'm saving fuel, I'm gonna go like a lap longer than other people. I'm not good, you know, that's one less lap of new tires. I'm not going to benefit as much, which is kind of making me lean towards not changing tires. Yeah, we're up to a 22 lap race now. I think I'm going to use 7.5 as my fuel calc, just to keep things easy. 4 more laps, end of lap 14. Or sorry, end of lap 13. Don't make the same mistake I did last time at Monza. That will be 9 laps to go. That'd be 67.5. Run that down to 67. Oh, the Aston that was leading has dropped down a bit. I needed to be tighter in that apex. Oh, that's cost me a second. I cannot afford to lose a second like that. I'm reconsidering the tire change. 75% on the front left, 4% lower than the rear left, so that, that's the inducing understeer into the car. I ran in a little too quick there. Nine laps. It needs to be, what, half a second a lap to be better. You wouldn't have track position. I'm not gonna do it. Or do I? No, let's try and get track position. Lifting and coasting is going to make it difficult to defend, but there you go. Let's try it. I think I got that pit entry done very well. Ran back for BMW. That's not a great sign, although it has been fuel saving to an extent. Yeah, we've only jumped one car. Or two cars. I can't remember if we were P5 or P6. You know, but this is what I'm saying. If I was better qualified at the start, a few seconds up the road, look, we'd be in front of the BMW. BMW brake tire there than I thought would. And we've an 18-second gap to the next car behind, so we're hardly going to get past for position, even if they do have new tyres, which I suspect they do. I wonder if they've gone for all 4 rather than just 2. Of course, the difficulty here is we still have to hit our fuel number. Wait, the race has gone up to... Since when did it go up to a 23 lap race? It was saying it started at 21.9, went up to 22.1, which is like, okay, yeah, that's fair. And now it's suddenly gone up to 23.0. Yeah, so I needed 8% more. I needed 75 instead of 67. In which case we would be like 3-4 seconds back from the BMW anyway. BMW made a mistake there. Trying to use the fuel slipstream to more desperately fuel save. I think 1 lap in the time that we have is too much. I guess I might as well try it. I don't have much to lose. I think I need to hit 6% a lap. I thought that Hypercar was going to go for that move. BMW again making another mistake. A little bit deep, not as deep as the BMW. .669, I need more than that. It's not gonna get any easier. I'm really surprised this Hypercar didn't pass me there. save half a lap. More than half a lap, 3/4 of a lap, since the average has already dropped to 7.0 from the 7.3 I was previously consuming. So I need the number in the bottom right to be 6. I need to save a little bit more. I can afford to lose 2 seconds a lap. That's a little bit quicker and I saved a little bit more energy. I just need to keep repeating that previous lap. And I lost less than 2 seconds. It's not giving me a 22 lap race. That could be because I'm going so much slower, saving fuel. So, you know, it's right on the cusp. It's 22.9. I could very easily take back over to 23 if I started pushing flat out again. So I need to keep saving. I used too much energy that lap. Too late on the brakes. Not good. I've just noticed Lexus in second is pushing on as if this is a 22-lap race. If this becomes a 23-lap race again, then they're in trouble. More trouble than I am. They're the leading hypercars behind us. They're going to be starting the final lap next time around. And because they've lapped me, or they're going to lap me, it will be my final lap. So this is going to be my final lap. It may not be the Lexus, the final lap for the Lexus. It's a little bit wide because braking point without lifting and coasting, a little bit uncertain. It doesn't matter. If they don't catch the Lexus, yes, Lexus will get a penalty. But they will still have completed one more lap than I do. Meaning we can't finish in front of them. I need to not throw the car off, though. Hypercars will probably pass the BMW directly in front of us. Whether they'll get the Lexus, it'll be close. I suppose the Lexus can drop back, but they won't have a ton of space to drop back into. You know, they'll need to judge it correctly. Yeah, the Lexus is slowing up now. Yeah, they're going for the line. P4, I mean, better than Monza last week. But yeah, I mean, that was close. Like, that was, you know, 5 seconds or so on, like, the Hypercars. Lapping us in terms of how many laps we did. You know, so really we needed a better qualifying position, not to lose the time on the opening parts of the race, the opening laps. You know, fighting the BMW a bit, you know, cost us time. Yeah. Oh, the Aston DNF'd. That's how we gained a position. Yeah, and that uncertainty of 22, 23 laps hurts the strategy. So it does. You know, it meant it wasn't as efficient. If it was certain 22 laps, yeah, you know, it would maybe could have challenged for P3 a bit more. But you know, having a potential 23rd lap, you know, couldn't quite maximize, be as efficient as I would like to have been. And yeah, we'll finish in P4 in the end. Not too bad. I said much better than Monza last week. I'll take that. But yeah, let's see now. Daily races. What would we like to do? Prototype trophy. Yeah, prototype trophy at Interlagos sounds like fun. Oh, it's only a 25-minute race now, not a 30-minute race. Interesting. So yeah, we'll register for this. We'll do GT3 this time. We'll do GT3, Interlagos. You know what? Let's stick with the Aston. Yeah, a lot more GT3 drivers. There are. So yeah, yeah, daily race. Interesting that it's only 25 minutes. Still 2 times fuel usage, 2 times tyre wear. Um, but yeah, while we wait for this, I suppose I should talk. Yeah, I mentioned signing up to something just for that Wednesday race. We're not going to see out this Wednesday series we've been doing with TSRC. Um, the first three races, okay, Qatar was a bit interesting, but the Imola especially. Spa, okay, we're a little bit closer, but they kind of fade out. They weren't the most interesting. Once it wasn't most interesting either, it was just kind of a bad time. Um, but yeah, it hasn't been the most interesting. The numbers haven't been the greatest either, and the little event has come up over the next 3 Wednesdays. So from, let me just check. From the 3rd of September, next week, of course, to the 17th, gonna be serious. It's gonna be with SROL, the same people that have hosted a few of the races we've done. Of course, they do the some of the SL Corsa, the vintage stuff that we've done, the GT1 races. We've done their WRC events, their Richard Byrne Rally events, and of course the Mon Ultimates, the Spa 100, um, as well as our first Le Mans Ultimate race, Fuji, back in December. We've done plenty of races with them. Um, so yeah, this will be your first LMU series with them. It's a 10-minute qualifying session, 1 hour and 15-minute race with 2 times fuel usage and 2 times tyre wear, so quite fairly similar to our current Wednesday series, just the race is half an hour longer, and it starts a little bit earlier. But it is GTE classes in GT3. A little bit different. We're going to be in the GT class. I've done a lot of GT3 racing. I mean, we've had this series now. We did the races on Monday. We've done races prior. The only GTE races I've done are the few daily events I've done, which isn't much. So I thought, hey, let's jump into them a little bit more. And yeah, hopefully, hopefully that'll be quite interesting. I also just realised this being a 25-minute race with 2 times fuel usage and 2 times tyre wear, it's gonna be a fuel saving race. Another thing, it's fixed setups, so that should hopefully even out a little bit. And someone who doesn't do setup work, hopefully, make things a little bit easier for myself. And one thing, we won't know what track we're racing until 24 hours before the event, before each round begins. So round one, we'll find out on the Tuesday before round one. We still won't know what races rounds 2 and 3 are. We'll find them out, a week later. We'll find round two a week earlier, a day before that round, and then same for the final round. So it should be a little bit more interesting. It limits how much practice people can do. They can't just sweat out the track and car combo for a week. Limited practice. Again, another thing that should hopefully make things a little more balanced in our regards. Let's see here. We have 23 GT3 cars, 15 LMP2s. We're ranked 24th in the lobby with the number 24. Car setup. Yeah, okay. We'll leave it at that. Someone's had a spin in pit lane. So I'm just checking some things regarding next week's event, because I literally signed up to it 2 minutes before starting stream. Yeah. So that is planned for the next 3. For the next 3 Wednesdays. I mean, originally we were only going to have planned for next Wednesday. Now we have planned for 3 Wednesdays. A little bit longer, of course, means we won't be able to jump into this daily race. I'm not sure which daily race we'll be jumping into exactly. I want to put a 4th lap of fuel in because it's a 7-minute quali, not a 10-minute quali. Plus tires are cooled. So then, let us head out. So, turn 12, or turn 13, sorry. Final turn to make the long run up to start-finish line. Of course, do you have turns 14, 15, 16 here, but they're all easy flat out. Tire's not yet up to temperature. So this first flying lap will not be representative. But of course, no practice. We do need to get our eye in. Important not to spin at this double right-hander. Find that very easy to do in a league race did around here. Why they go now? Temperature's not too warm, so the tire's not coming up that quickly. I could have put 5 laps in. I think we'd have time for 5 flying laps, but with 2 times fuel usage, you know, the more laps you put in, you do start adding quite a bit of weight onto the car. Let's try and push a little bit more now that tires are up. to temperature. And they're not quite up to temperature, but they're certainly much more in the temperature window. Look at that. Nearly a second gained in the first 3 corners. The Senna S is alone. Don't turn in too early for turn 4. That inside curb quite big, quite tall. Mentioned trying not to spin there on the first flying lap, and we nearly did on the second. Everyone else is going to be improving as well. As they get their tires up to temperature. Oh, we're very close to having fuel for 2 more laps. If we mess this lap up, we could maybe save enough fuel to do another lap. Though we are a little tight on time. So we'd have to bail fairly early. Could have been a little bit more aggressive on the brakes there into turn 4. Should hopefully find a good amount of time here. That is much better than it was last lap. Of course, Interlagos is a high tyre wear track with this very technical middle sector. Like that, 1.2 seconds up. Surprised the front left is doing better than the rear left. I suppose that's big slide through turn 6 and 7 last lap. Really hurt that. 15th then. We don't have the fuel for another lap. We're like 1 or 2% short. Let's see. Oh, we're only like 0.5% short. Yeah, what's the top time? 1:35.0, blimey. I mean, even second place is nearly 7/10 off that time. So yeah, 17th. Not too bad. It's hard to say, you know, where we are in the pecking order compared to where our rating is, because the numbers consider both classes. You know, of course, we're not really competing with the LMP2s. We want to put fill fuel in. We want new tires. And then I want the calculator up. Uh, 25 minutes.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
So let's see. Thinking 16 lap race. 6.25, that can't be right. Yeah, I feel like this might be a 17 lap race instead. In which case, we're looking at 5.8. So we are, in terms of fuel number we need to hit, or the energy usage we need to hit per lap.
Formation lap has started.
This is going to be out of whack because of the cars that didn't go in front. Right, on the limiter, rolling up to the start. P19. It's not necessarily about how quick we are, it's making sure we can get to the end. Saving fuel. Not a great launch off the line. I think TC kicked in a little bit. Wasn't the best reaction either. Just go save fuel. Frames. Whew. Just a car wrong place. Did not see that till last second when everyone started bunching up. Hopefully damage isn't too bad. A lot of people taking a wide line through turn 4. Yeah, first lap's a good opportunity while the field is so bunched up to just save some fuel. Looking to the inside here for the BMW. BMW really lifted there. Not ideal, I had to really wait to get on the throttle because of the BMW in front. Okay, I'm just gonna go for the move. Okay, leave me some room on the inside there. Oh, come on! That's bullshit. I'm going to lose 2 places here because of that. The BMW, you know... Aston, you're not there. Or Lexus, you're not there. You barely had your nose alongside. Of course I'm going to chop you off. Yeah, but that McLaren's absolutely fucked both of us for no good reason. Now look how slow they are into this corner. What the fuck are you trying to do, Lexus? Are you trying to kill me? Give me some fucking room! Porsche off on the right hand side. Track limits. We're currently looking at a 16 lap race. At 6.25. Why is this? Oh yeah, we're making that easy at the moment. Right, I need to settle down. Because that's just an incredibly frustrating start. The McLaren just turning into us, pushing us across the apex curb. Us getting an illegal overtake for the McLaren pushing us over the curb and not leaving us space. Losing an extra position because of that. Never mind to the McLaren, but to the Ferrari up ahead. And then the Lexus trying to murder us. A lot of fight going on up ahead, it looks like, which is good. Hopefully it'll bring us back into this. Aston has gone for a spin. Thankfully didn't drive forward. I appreciate that, Aston. I'm so worried sometimes public lobbies, you know, people don't think when they're spun like that. And they're just like, drive, recover. And then they just have a big crash. Also, if I get the opportunity, I'm absolutely dive bombing this Lexus because it so deserves it. Lexus got a really good drive there, so we'll try. I think I've got the wrong graphics settings on. I think I've got graphics settings on for streaming rather than racing. Hence why the frame rate's struggling. Lexus gets past the BMW, probably good for its own health. Track limit brigade there. Looks like we do need to save a little bit of fuel. It's jumped up to 17% now. So yeah, we do need to save a little bit. But it's on the cusp. That's a line. Oh, like that's jumped back down to 16%. That's why I'm not going to save fuel at the moment. We're not, like, we'll only need to save like a quarter of a lap. But we may not need to at all, so if we don't have to, I'd rather not. Clan goes for a spin. That'll be another free position. Too late on the brakes there. This is the fuel ratio way too high again. That's still a bit high. Yeah, I think we could get in front of this BMW. Might not be easy, but I think we can. I think we're quicker than it. But the BMW's a strong car. It's not going to be easy to overtake. Good clean move there. Happy with that. Might have another BMW we can go chasing after. 16.6 laps. Should be okay. How far are we? Oh, we're like bang on for it being 16 laps with fuel usage. Might even need to save a little bit as is. That's a bad run through there. BMW's understeered like anything through turn 3. Using the throttle there to rotate the car through second part through turn 7. This track is usually front limited, so if we can kind of use the rear tires to try and rotate the car a little bit more, that will be good. LMP2s are about to start catching us as well. That could give us some opportunities. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it'll give us opportunities rather than hindering us. Given us an opportunity. BMW wanted to cut back. I'm taking the racing line. I'm fighting this BMW. I'm not going to be extra generous to you. Oh, come on, McLaren! You asshole! Oh, let me just brake check in front of you while you're fighting for position. We also completely fucked over that LMP2 boxing it in. Well, that was an eventful lap. Whew. We are going to need to save energy. BMW behind is 1% more than us, which is not good. But it's looking like we will see 16 lap race. BMW's dropped back a little bit here. Which gives us a little bit of space to do the fuel saving. Tires aren't looking too bad. Need to calm down from that. Lexus is fighting the Ferrari in front. Ferrari is not looking good on energy. And if they lose time fighting the Lexus, that could buy us another potential for another position. Yellow flag. Oh, it's for this McLaren. That's not how you brake for that turn. Way too heavy on the brakes. BMW behind has dropped back so much. Just gonna let you go. Where are you going? Side by side between two LMP2s fighting over P9. Blue one losing out. After a big lockup and running very deep through T1. Blue car trying to come back for P9, but it's now coming under pressure from gold car. Three laps to go here. Trying to make it easy for the LMP2 there with the lifting, but didn't seem to help that much. Just realised this race is going to be much more difficult for the LMP2s to make it to the end because of their small fuel tank. Oh, we have another BMW pushing to catch us. We need to save fuel and then we need to start pushing. BMW in 18th. You can see they've saved the fuel. They don't need to save any more. And allowing them to run flat out. They got held up there by an LMP2 a bit, which helps us. BMW behind is also catching a bit. 2 laps to go. That inside curb, if you hook it up right, really does help you to get the car turned. To minimize the understeer. I think we have enough fuel to push flat out for the final 2 laps. Are catching up to a couple of cars, but not a lot of time remains. We kind of need luck or something to go our way for us to really look at getting one of those 2 positions. And that LMP2 holding the Ferrari up will certainly help. Ferrari runs in deep there. Yeah, I left the cars behind. Drop them this lap. Ferrari has enough energy. It's an outside chance. Oh, this LMP2. Oh, it's just going to be in front of the Ferrari. If it's on cold tyres, it'll hold the Ferrari up. We've closed up on this final lap. It's going to be another personal best, but it's not been quite enough. LP2 going very slowly. So yeah, P16, we were close. So we were. We were close. Oh, that was an intense race. Yeah, that was a race. I think I'll leave that as our only race. We'll do the... Oh, the results already finished. I will say, they're very quick at getting these results. It's like, oh, 2 minutes. It's like, no, it doesn't. Yeah. We lose only minus 1.1% driver ranking. That's not too bad. Minus 5.7% safety ranking. I'm a bit annoyed at because, you know, there were some people, you know, that Lexus just sent the nose in without any consideration. You know, the McLaren just brake checking in front of me while I'm side by side fighting for position and also being lapped by LMP2s. That was stupid. And also just turning into me on the turn 2 apex. those were things that shouldn't have happened. And if they didn't happen, might it neutral, if not gaining safety ranking. A little bit frustrating. But yeah, I do not believe him having platinum safety ranking with those moves. And that McLaren. Ugh. Well, if you want evidence that the safety ranking on LMU isn't that good, yeah, I'm. Yeah, not too impressed. But yeah, that's 10 o'clock. That was a quite intense race. I'm not particularly keen on doing another one, to be honest. I think we have just missed it anyway. Well, it's 15 minutes. Just makes GT fixed. I'm not too fussed on that either. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed there. Um, yeah. Oh, tyre word's only 1x on this. That's why the tyre word wasn't that bad. Yeah, maybe I should have done 5th lap if since the tyre word wasn't that high in quality. But oh well. Yeah, that is not going to do it for the stream. Obviously, we are going to finish off as we usually do with a bit of Art of Rally. We'll get that loaded up now. And I will take that off. Came off very easy today. That's not usual. There we go. We will do the daily event. We'll save the weekly event for later on in the week. We will hopefully be back on Friday, and we'll do it then. Also, last time we did that was Wednesday, so we haven't done it recently. Group 3 at Japan, 8 km tarmac stage in the sunset. Let us see, what do we have here? Ooh. I'm not too sure. Yeah, not too sure what this car is. A little too quick into this long right-hander. Handles quite nicely, I must say. And a gear too high there. There's the finish. 254.5, a little bit messy in a couple places. Didn't feel too bad. 22nd, top 10%. That's not too bad. I've had worse, so I have. But I've also had better, so that's kind of mid for what I usually do. Sort of average, you could say. But yeah, not too bad. No, again, not sure what car that is, but oh well. That's going to do it for today's stream. Going for a couple of hours now. Um, yeah, I wouldn't say an amazing day, not, but not a horrible day either. Just kind of mid, kind of average. I'll be back on Friday. We'll be doing a short stream. We'll be doing the MX-5s again. Finally, get back to the MX-5s after what, like a month? The median result, yeah. Yeah, nothing to be too happy about, but not too disappointed either. Yeah, as we'll be back on Friday, back on a cell course with the MX-5s that we haven't done for like a month now. That we did at Spa. On Friday. They'll be starting at 7 p.m. UK time, so about an hour earlier than this stream started. And yeah, they'll be short. 2 20-minute races, the second of which is reverse grid. Should be good fun. It is going to be at Kyalami. Nice wee circuit. Usually race in higher spec cars, so it'll be nice to race in some lower spec cars for a change. Nice, haven't driven it in a little while though, as well, to be honest. So yeah, will be nice to give that a little try. Looking forward to that. Hopefully, it's as interesting as it was last time a month ago. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. And then we'll do the weekly event on Art of Rally on that at the end of that Friday stream. And then we'll be back again after that. Will be next Wednesday when we start the SROL series. GT and GT3 multi-class, 75-minute race, 2 times fuel, 2 times tyre wear. Yeah, will be very interesting, that one. I'm not sure exactly how long the GTEs can go on their fuel tank. I don't know if how important fuel saving will be, but with 2 times fuel usage, it will probably be somewhat important. Similar to our current Wednesday series where, okay, you don't need to fuel save to make your one-stop work. You can one-stop flat out, but the time you save in pit lane by fuel saving and the less fuel you have to take on is more than the time you lose from fuel saving if you do it right, of course. So yeah, that's what we will probably do. So yeah, that's good. Thank you, Artie. Fuel tank does like 20 laps of Spa. 20 laps. Oh, so it's probably similar to the GT3s and Hypercars. Yeah, it's not like the LMP2s that are like can go have a where their stints are like 5 minutes shorter. That's my main thought. Like it might be a bit like LMP2 since it doesn't have virtual energy, but no, it seems to be like a GT3. So, yeah, fuel saving I imagine will still be a little bit important. Of course, it depends on what track we run. Won't find out until Tuesday next week. So yeah, the stream will, as I've been a little bit late putting them up, will probably go up on Wednesday. You'll know what track it is when I post the stream. But yeah, I'll only be finding out on Tuesday. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you, Artie, for popping in and chatting. Thank you to those that were lurking and are watching the VOD back. Hopefully I'll see you on Friday. Also, tomorrow, me and Artie will be doing some peak. I don't know if I'm going to stream it. I believe Artie's going to stream it. I don't know. I'll see if I stream it. But if I don't, you'll be able to watch on their channel that you should be able to just click on in the chat to go there. And if I don't stream it, I'll maybe make a YouTube post anyway. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow evening. So yeah, if you want to see a bit more variety action, a bit of peak, a bit of climbing, mountain climbing, yeah, you can look forward to that tomorrow. Anyway, until next time, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all again very much for watching. Hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening and then have a good sort of rest of your weekdays. Hopefully I'll see you again on Friday. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Or bye.